Alright guys, so we're back. Um, Last time we were here we configured this host, did the basic install. Right now we're going to do quick network configuration. So we got our host selected. Come over to configuration and we're going to check our network adapters. So we got several networks set up here. They've all seen, IP addresses on the range here. So we're going to set up our virtual switches so we can connect to our storage. Our VMs can communicate. We can get vMotion going, all that good stuff. So by default, management network is on the first adapter it saw, and the VMs are on there. That's fine. I like that. That's the way I'm going to do it. The next thing I want to do is set up a network for storage. So I'm going to click Add Networking. It's a VM kernel because I want my NFS share to be on this one. And we're going to create a new switch. And I'm going to use this NIC because this is a network that has my NFS storage. This is something you're pretty much going to have to know, what network you want to use. If you got the wrong addresses or seeing the wrong networks, you may have to physically move some cables, or make a decision about how you want to handle that. But NIC 1 is seeing the NFS network, so that's where I want it to be. Click Next. I'm just going to give it something that makes sense. NFS storage. I don't want to tag it in a VLAN. I want to give it its IP address. That's not the IP address I want to give it. Alright. So we got that for us. New vSwitch connected up here. I'm going to add some networking for my iSCSI traffic that I'm going to add later. Once again, it's a VM kernel network. Virtual machines aren't going to use it. And I've got two networks for redundancy. So I'm going to select the NICs that are in those networks. What did I call the other one? Storage. Alright. I got the two NICs in there. Next. Give it its address, 172. Alright, so this one's going to be a little different here, properties. I'm actually going to call this iSCSI port group 1. I'm going to override the teaming. I want to move this guy down. I'm going to add a different port group. And this is going to get us on our failover network. If the other network were to fail for some reason, the adapter were to go down or the switch on that network went down. Finish that guy up. And we need to edit him real quick because he can't communicate with this network's adapter, so we're going to move it over here. So we got redundant networks on these switches. We're going to close it. Yeah, that looks better. That's what I want. And finally, we need to create our network for vMotion. I've only got one left. That's my vMotion VLAN anyway. So I'm going to call it vMotion Network. And I'm going to use this port group for vMotion. And once again, we're going to give it an IP address. Eventually, I'll get an IP address right on the first try. Next, finish. And make sure this thing looks the way I want it. This is the .3 host on every network. I'm going to change the name of this. Since it's networking, I just want it to be called network. If you ever want to change it, that's all you got to do is open the properties, edit it. We can do it on the fly. You know, we're not changing IP address, so if we had connections going, we wouldn't break those connections. We wouldn't lose our access to our storage. So now, we can see that all our networks are connected. They got switches. Some network adapters support CDP. This one doesn't. If it did, you could click on the little dialog box there and get information about the physical switch that you're connected to. But anyway, so that's the configuring of the network. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple, straightforward. And we are ready to go on to the next step when we're ready to do that. So thanks for watching network configuration on ESX host. I appreciate it, and I'll stop back by for the next section. We'll probably throw some storage at this guy. Thanks. Y'all have a good day.